There's a man who lives beside me, who fought in World War II. He proudly waves Old Glory from high upon his roof. He starts out every morning like it's Independence Day. I see him at attention, salute the flag and say, I love this land, from sea to shining sea. I love this land, home of the brave and free. I love the liberty, the justice, and the truth on which we stand. One nation under God. I love this land. All across the country, big cities, little towns, while Mom was getting ready, Dad pulls the car around. They join the congregation to sing Amazing Grace. They're free to worship Jesus, and they are free to pray. I love this land, from sea to shining sea. I love this land, home of the brave and free. I love the liberty, the justice, and the truth on which we stand. One nation under God. I love this land. God bless America. I love. Oh, I will stand beside her and defend her with my life. For my children, for freedom. I love this land, from sea to shining sea. I love this land, home of the brave and free. I love the liberty, the justice, and the truth on which we stand. One nation under God. I love this land. I love this land. I love this land. A nation under God. I love this land. I love this land.
Crashed into the North Towers of the World Trade Center at 8:46 a.m. Then, over the course of the next 2 hours, 3 other planes proceeded to crash into the South Tower, the Pentagon, in a field in Pennsylvania. At 10:28 a.m., the North Tower collapsed, and with it came the end of one of the most cataclysmic terrorist attacks ever known to America on her own soil. There is no doubt that every person in our country was moved in some way by the events of that day. And even if we didn't know their names or faces as intimately as our own, they were Americans. And they stood just as defenseless in the wake of tragedy, unimaginable as we do. But God was not surprised by the events of 9/11. Even in the midst of terror of that day, he stood as firm, as holy, and as sovereign as he ever has before. He was not moved, and for a moment, America remembered, and she humbly pleaded for God to heal our land.
If my people will humble themselves and pray, if they seek my face and humble themselves and turn from their wicked ways, I will hear from heaven and forgive their sins will hear from heaven and heal their land. Lord, heal our land. Father, heal our land. Hear our cry and turn our nation back to you. Lord, heal our land. Hear us, O Lord, and heal our land. Forgive our sins and heal our broken land.
We bow our knees, we humble ourselves and pray. Lord, we seek your face and humble ourselves and turn from our wicked ways. Father, in your mercy, forgive our sins. Father, in your mercy, come heal our land. Lord, heal our land. Father, heal our land. Hear our cry and turn our nation back to you. Lord, heal our land. Hear us, O Lord, and heal our land. Forgive our sins and heal our broken land. Oh, beautiful for men of faith who founded this great land. Proclaim for us in God we trust and held to God's strong hand. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, till lives confess his righteousness. From sea to shining sea, heal our land. Father, heal our broken land.
America remembered for a brief point in time that trusting in something requires us to believe that everything that we are, that the object of our trust is capable of withstanding more than we can. Our hope, our peace, our security must be found in something else, beyond our military strength or the hope of democracy or the power of our Constitution. It must be found in someone else. We need to find our faith in God and have confidence that God cannot and will not let us down. Through past tragedies and more recent violence and political unrest, we have learned that no human on this earth and no thing that humanity has created can be completely trusted. So again, who or what can we trust in, save God alone?
Forgive our sins and cleanse our hands.
that day alone, 326 firefighters and 23 police died serving their city. And throughout the years, over 1.3 million soldiers and countless other first responders have given their lives to give us the freedom that we have today. Amidst the evil and terror of 9/11 rose a new heroism and patriotism, not only in New York City, but across America. And rather than looking to a sport figure or entertainer, Americans recognize a new hero that sacrificed his or her life for the sake of sparing another. Actually, the concept is an old one. 2,000 years ago, one man chose to give his life in exchange for all the lives in the world. That man was Jesus Christ. And even though his sacrifice took place many hundreds of years before any of us were born, his sacrifice is still as powerful and as reaching today as it was when it was captured on the pages of the New Testament. And just as the Statue of Liberty still stands today as a beacon of liberty, Christ's gospel shines as a beacon of spiritual liberty to all who put their faith in him.
Trace to the sky, and all who see her know she stands for liberty for you and me. I'm so proud to be called shame.